can
So
do it in 0.5.
I do it in 0.5 because then I don't have to like edit back and forth the video.
Yeah.
Because this is the most low budget podcast you'll ever be on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we do have microphones, so technically we're $30 into this thing.
$30 for 3.
And if you count my phone, then you're talking, and Stella's phone. Now we're talking like $3,000
Pretty much.
or 2. I don't know what you paid for yours.
I don't know what I don't know.
You didn't.
Oh, I
It's
didn't.
free. Welcome back to the Mini Mike. Welcome back to the Mini Mike podcast. We are excited that you're tuning in, whether you're viewing, listening, or on a run right now. I hope that you enjoy the podcast. If you're driving, be sure to listen to it and not watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
don't do that.
Today we are joined by our special and esteemed guest, Avery Hills.
Esteemed. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're glad that you're here.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
My name is Cole, if it's your first time tuning in. My co-host, Stella.
Yep.
We've been running the podcast for approximately 6 episodes.
6? Really?
This is
It
our
doesn't
6th
feel
episode.
like 6.
Well, we had one that's like 10 minutes long, so
5.5.
five and a half episodes.
Okay, that works.
And this is our third ever guest.
Wow.
Yes, our
Yeah.
first ever esteemed guest.
Yes.
I like that.
By
one.
introduction only.
Yeah. How do
But
you
probably
feel
by
about that?
lifestyle and career choice as well. So we are needing a little bit from you. Who
Mhm.
are you? What are you all about?
Mm-hmm.
And like if you met someone on the street and they were like, so who are you? What are you all about? What would you say?
Ooh. Okay, elevator speech, right?
That's what we're looking for.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
like
all
you
right.
can
Pretty
take
much.
2 minutes instead of
All
90
right.
seconds.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm Avery Hills. I am 20, almost 21, in a couple weeks. I currently am a barista at Starbucks, going through school.
She gets me all the free drinks and stuff.
I do. I hook them all up. So
Mhm.
with good stuff.
Dude
Yeah.
just brought me like one drink ever.
With
So
Starbucks. What?
What?
you've only ever given me one free drink.
Okay, well.
Do you actually get weekly free drinks?
No, but if I'm with Kylie, she texts
Yeah.
me. Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Just text me.
It's great.
Yeah, so if you guys want a
I'm
free
on like
drink,
a 4-day
just text
streak
me.
of visiting
Okay?
Starbucks while you're there and never getting a discount. or anything, but that's cool.
Anyways, so I work at Starbucks. I'm currently in school. I'm almost done, a couple more months, and then I graduate in May.
What school do you go to?
ASU, Arizona State University. Never attended in person a day in my life, but go. I don't even know their mascot. Sun
Go
Devils.
They're like actually good.
Sun Devils.
They're like
Yep,
actually good
Oh,
sports.
yeah.
they are. I am also a personal trainer. I've had my business for 2 years. Started my business because I really liked working out. Wanted to help people discover their love for working out and just their love for their bodies. So that's why I started it. Ex softball player through high school and 1 semester of college softball.
It counts.
It does count.
It
Yep, we're gonna
counts.
count it.
I
Yep.
think
At where?
St. Cloud State.
Rip.
Go Huskies.
Rip.
Yeah, Rip is right.
Go Huskies.
Terrible semester, but that's okay. You live and you learn.
and you're still here, so
And I'm still here.
Exactly.
We made it through.
yeah.
Barely, but
You
we
have no
made
idea
it.
what it took to get on this couch today.
Yeah, been going here since 7th grade. Oldest of
Where's here?
River of Life
Mhm.
Church since 7th grade. Oldest of 5. So yeah,
You said what's ASU, but for what?
business administration.
Do you have a passion for business administration?
Not at all.
So why?
first
I
degree?
am just. I mean, it's just a business degree. It's just a backup plan.
And it probably helps you run your own business too. A little bit?
Sure,
Okay.
that was the goal.
It doesn't help at all.
I have 2 classes left, and I can say I probably will not use any of it, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It was free, so
That's true.
Sort of.
Mm-hmm.
it's free.
I mean, you really had to grind to get it for free.
I mean, oh
pay
yeah, there's a
labor.
grind for sure, but it's worth it.
Mhm.
I'm not in debt, so
Mhm.
take it.
Yeah,
All right.
I am. Moving on.
Yeah. I want you to talk about how like you got into fitness and then like why you are passionate about helping others in that area.
Yeah, I really liked what you said. When you said, not to interject over the
No,
top of you,
no.
I love the question. Run with that. But when you said, I would like to help people find their love for working out and love
Mhm.
for their bodies.
Yeah, I
That
like
was cool.
that.
If you could expound on like that
Mhm.
idea as
Mhm.
well, that'd be sick.
So through high school, like I said, I was a 2-sport athlete, softball and volleyball. But softball was my main passion. Junior and senior year, I really realized that if I wanted to go to the next level, I had to start working out and actually apply myself outside of the softball field. And that's when my love for working out really started. Just pushing myself in the gym and seeing like my goals change and develop. And it kind of became an unhealthy thing where I was really focused on the aesthetic piece of it. Um, and same thing, like going into freshman year of college, you're around a bunch of college athletes who come from a wide variety of workout background and just body types and all that kind of stuff. And so there was a lot of pressure again with that, performance wise and working out. And I just realized like I cannot keep working out to look a certain way. And so then I realized like all the social media influencers, everyone that you're getting your information from, most of them are secular sources. And everything they're doing, they're talking about is coming from an aesthetic perspective. And so I really wanted to change that. And so that's when I started my business, was after I came back from my freshman year of college. I opened up my business April of that following year, and I just really wanted to help people change their narrative when it came to fitness. And the way that they see themselves, the way that they see health and working out, to really, more than anything, just focus on doing it for the glory of God, to have a healthy body so that you can live to the best of your ability, so that you can perform however the Lord wants you to perform and not have health hold you back, to not have physical limitations to do what the Lord wants you to do. So that's like my big why of starting my business.
I love that. Yeah, creating like that healthy environment for the people that you wish you had.
Absolutely. Yep.
That's really cool.
Yeah, for sure. And especially young girls, like there's so many influences just through social media that I wanted to be a more positive, less secular source for them. And if they had questions, if they had just insecurities about things, how I could pour into them and give them a biblical reference instead of just pointing to social media in the world.
Yeah, that's cool. Have you like had opportunities to do that? Do you feel like?
Yeah, for sure.
Because your business has been like what, like 18 months, 20 months?
Yeah, going on 2 years in April.
Almost 2 years in April. Same age as my daughter Kaylee. And you've had some cool opportunities like beyond like physical therapy for something, or like here's how you lift or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. I would say the biggest like impact that I've been able to have is just building those relationships with athletes that come in that maybe have a performance goal, and breaking it down more than just how do we get from point A to point B to get you to that goal, and really working on their mental health aspect of it. So like you're more than just this goal, you're more than just this sport, and pouring into them and just giving them encouragement outside of that. And because of that, I've had a lot of opportunities to have a relationship with them outside of just personal training, and be someone that they come to for advice, for comfort, when they're going through something.
Yeah.
So that's been a really cool opportunity to pour into specifically female athletes.
That's super cool.
Were you gonna say something?
You first.
Oh, I was gonna say I think like when you're an athlete, like it's very easy when like you're passionate about your athleticism or the sport that you're in. I feel like it's kind of easy to get swept up in like that's your identity, that's who you are.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And I think that's really cool that you like are trying to like change it that, and like it's your passion, but it's not who you are.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's really cool.
No, I forgot my question. Oh, I had a really good one. Okay, so talk to us about your journey. So like you kind of like give us the brief overview, but like obviously you said you want to be like what you didn't have. But like you still ended up like where you are. So like how did that happen? Like how did you go from like comparing yourself to other people, working out maybe for the wrong reasons at times, or like the right reasons and the wrong reasons at the same time? I was actually just having a conversation with someone who I was like I love the idea of like self motivation of like progress pics, but also kind of like why are we putting those on social media sometimes?
Yeah.
Because like unless you're like that, like there's several like accounts where they'll go like, I'm gonna lose 400 pounds in like this year, and so follow along on my journey, like, and they're making like reels every day about their lifestyle choices and stuff, and it's not just a picture of them like shirtless in front of a mirror.
Yeah.
Specifically referring to guys. Like where did you like find yourself in that? Like where did you find Jesus in that? Where did you like, where was the turning point where you went like, okay, like this isn't working the way I'm doing it. Like I want to have my identity in Jesus. I want to have my purpose in Jesus and not like in these things.
Yeah. I would say it still isn't like a perfect balance. Like there's still seasons where I'll catch myself being like, well, especially now, like getting ready for my wedding.
Sure.
I'm like 5 months out and I'm like, okay, I want to look at this certain way. So like changing my mindset. So there are definitely seasons where it is a lot more prevalent than others, where I really have to just ground myself. But like I said, coming out of freshman year of college, I was kind of lost with that, and that's why I started my business, and then I just dove right in.
That's cool.
And I think helping other people work through things helped myself as well. But I would say when my sister and I did 75 hard last summer, it was really when I realized, okay, this is more than just the aesthetic piece of it. Like we would go on 45-minute walks every single day, and we would either do it together and just talk about like what the Lord was doing in our lives, just talk about life, whatever. Or we would go on prayer walks, we would go and listen to podcasts. So just like spending that time in nature, but also like exercising was like super big for me to realize like this is more than just like how my body is being changed. It's how my mind is being transformed through it as well.
Sure.
Yeah, with that spiritual aspect.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
cool.
So like bringing that into it and like asking God to like be in your workouts. Like I know that sounds super weird, but I've started doing that lately of like, okay, Lord, like give me the energy, give me the motivation to like push through this workout so I can do it to the best of my ability, so I can glorify you through it.
That's really cool.
And like especially now that I'm like going to YWAM, I have been thinking.
Wait, what? You just dropped a bomb.
Yeah, we have to explain that now.
So
what is YWAM actually? Explain that
all
first.
those things were really good.
Yeah,
I really like that. Especially part of inviting God into your workout.
Yeah.
So let's bookmark that one. But you're going into YWAM, what?
So
because like you have a business.
Yeah. Well, what is YWAM?
And you're getting married.
So YWAM is Youth with a Mission.
And
it's an organization that prepares young adults specifically, but other people as well, to go out into the mission field and bring the gospel to the nations. So in January, my fiance and I were at Passion, which is the young adult conference, and we just really felt like the Lord was calling us into missions. Which was a complete 180 of what our plan was, of what my plan was for my business and all the things. And so the last month has just been a really like big transition, big turning point for me to just rely on the Lord for it all. And I'm definitely one of those people that needs like a 5-year plan. And this was not part of my 5-year plan, but it's been good. Kind of. So I am going to be done training in April, transition out of that role, and we're going to be going to YWAM in September, and we're getting married in July. So we'll have a couple months married, then go to YWAM as a married couple. And
so you felt like you were going to get engaged prior to your engagement?
I mean, I had an idea it was coming soon.
Okay, so like God's telling you like, I want you to go to YWAM. And then you get engaged like in the same week.
Yeah.
So at what point did it go like God's also telling him to come with me to YWAM, or like we're gonna go together?
Yeah. So
because like I feel like I would immediately go like, wait, should I even say yes to this, because I feel like I just got called to missions. You know what I mean?
So we the first day of Passion, I really felt like this call for us, and at first I was kind of like, is this a call for me, is this a call for us? Like I didn't really know. And I just like prayed into it, and it was just very apparent like this is for both of us. And so I told Ty, I was like, hey, this is what I'm feeling, this is what the Lord is putting in my heart. And he was like, okay. And he's a very like internal processor, I'm a very external processor. And so he needed some time to think about it, rightfully so. And I didn't know, but 2 days later he was planning on proposing
So that
So
was
he
probably
sat
messing
on
with his
this.
brain
Oh
more
yeah,
than
Yeah,
you.
he
for
was
sure,
like,
for
'Cause
sure.
he was like,
oh.
Yeah, so he's sitting with this for 2 days going into the proposal.
yeah,
But thankfully, like, we were at Passion, just surrounded
like
by
good
the Holy
opportunity
Spirit. It
to
was
like
amazing.
Yeah.
press in. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pray into
so we
that.
had like I mean, we had other people that we went with as well who got to like pray into it and pray with us, which was amazing. And by the end of Passion, last day, Ty proposes, and then we got to sit down for dinner, just the two of us, and we were just kind of talking through the conference, talking through the engagement, the calling, everything. And he was like, "Yeah, I think like I'm feeling this too." He wasn't like 100% sure yet. And then he was like, "I have something for you back at the Airbnb." And I was like, "Okay." So we get back and our friends are there and he's like, "I need to give this to you." So he hands me a stack of note cards. And on the top of them, it has "To my future wife." And it's like a stack of like 30 note cards. And it's all like
I have a
different
huge
like
hopeless romantic.
it's like all different like promises
Yeah.
that he like basically like vows, like how he
Sure,
wants
sure,
to
sure,
treat me
sure,
through our
yeah.
marriage.
That's cool.
And the second one that I flipped to was, "I promise to follow the Lord's calling and do missions with you." And he had written these a year ago prior when we were on a break. And he literally like did not remember it, just like he had backed all of them up
Oh,
with
so like
scripture.
did he like even know that
No.
before you turned it over and
No,
went like, "Hey, look
he
at
had
this"?
no idea.
That's crazy.
So we
dude.
like
That's
turned to it
crazy.
and I look at it and I'm like, "You're kidding." And I was like, "When did you write these?" And he told me and we just lost it. Like we were just crying
Yeah.
and like it was just such a special moment.
Yeah.
And so I think from like that point he was like, "Okay."
I don't need to
Like
process anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's-
he was like,
I guess I'm
"Okay, I
supposed to
think
do
this
this.
is what
Yeah.
we're
That's
supposed to
amazing.
do." So
That's super cool.
yeah, and I think we've just had lots of clarity with it as we've been praying and pressing into it more, and just people speaking into us that have given us a lot more confidence in it as well, which has been awesome.
Yeah, bro.
That's awesome.
Send it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about it.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So many things, so many thoughts. I'm really excited for you guys. Shout out Tyler.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hope you listened to the whole episode, Tyler. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh my
Say,
gosh.
like
Just Tyler.
literally to prove that you listened to it, comment right now, "I listened to it," and then I'll believe it.
All right.
No, this is important.
Okay. Super.
It's gonna be good.
Yep.
Your testimony is valuable too, and I can't wait to have you on the pod when you're around.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
We totally will full circle this thing and have Tyler sitting in that seat. Maybe you can be on it with him, but
All right.
we'll see. We only have 4 mini mics right now. Anyways.
You have a fourth one?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, I can get more too. Okay, here's my thought that I want to go back to a little bit here. So, hopeless romantic, Stella, don't worry. There's hope for every romantic. Because I'm sure Avery
always
felt
comes
like a
back to
hopeless
me
romantic,
dating
and then all of a
someone.
sudden the Holy Spirit showed up and went like, "Look at all the plans I have for you."
So it comes back to my dating life for some reason.
I didn't say anything about dating. I said, "Look at all the plans He has for you." Yeah.
Yep.
So anyways, I think that is just so cool that He like showed up through all of the circumstances and like is still glorified in the end. Like good, bad, ugly relationships are all of the time. Like, I mean, there are those people out there that have like this amazing story of like just like purity and perfect start to finish. We didn't take a break, like all this stuff. John Gates is one of them. His story with Kylie
That
on
was
the pod, our
crazy,
last
bro.
episode. I don't know if you've listened to it. You probably don't listen to the pod because you're just too cool. But
I will after this.
yes, now you have to. But you definitely have to listen to John's episode because he talked about his relationship with Kylie a little bit.
That was crazy.
And how like God lined that up too, and it's just really, really cool. How God like shows up when we're willing to just lay it all down in front of Him. But the thing I want to kind of circle back with, because I feel like the big audience for this pod specifically, like with you, we're talking to 6th to 12th graders, majority. I mean, there's a few young adults that probably listen, a couple parents that feel like they need to know what we're saying, which is good. Shout out to you parents.
I mean,
feel free to comment.
Yeah.
I watched this. Yeah, so like circling back to like even like young high school boys, I guess, but young high school girls, junior high, like as they start to work out, what does it look like when you say, "I invite God into my workouts"? Because honestly, that sounds whack.
No,
Like,
it does.
Bro,
It does.
how is God gonna help me with my deadlift? Like,
Yeah.
what is this gonna look like when I'm running
God
on
will
the
give me strength
treadmill
for this deadlift.
and I need God with me? I just don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
I definitely prayed last night though as I was running and felt like I was about to like have my heart explode. I'm a little bit out of shape, getting back into the grind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay,
Yeah, the
I
first
would
couple
love to start
workouts
don't let me
working
suck.
pass
out.
out.
Yeah.
I would love to start working out. You should join me.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
do it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say just prayer. Like literally starting your workout. I know it sounds weird, but literally starting your workout and just say, "Lord, be with me in this moment. Help me to give my best in this workout." Because there's going to be days that you go into your workouts as an athlete, as anyone who's trying to just better themselves, that you're not going to want to do it and you're probably going to give half your effort. But the Lord calls us to do everything we do
Mm-hmm.
to glorify Him and to the
Mhm.
best of our abilities.
Everything.
So that working out is included. So just inviting Him into that space and just asking Him, Lord, give me the energy, give me the motivation to do this for your glory. And then it just takes yourself out of the equation. You're no
Mhm.
longer thinking about how much did I lift last week, or what is the person next to me lifting, or how does this person look doing this? Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's no longer about
It's
you.
literally why I don't go to the gym.
Yeah, well,
Same.
exactly.
And
It's
not. I've never
intimidating.
like actually
Same.
tried to go to the gym for a long period of time, but like basically, I walk in and I go like, I am small. They
Yeah.
are not. I don't want to be here.
It's intimidating. Yeah, for
Where's
sure.
the back room where I
Yeah.
can just like stand until
Yeah.
my workout time is over?
Yeah. No, I feel that. Like, and if like I feel that knowing like I know how to work out and I know the moves, but like I still feel super intimidated by other people.
You're also
I'm
intimidated.
sure you probably are intimidated. I'm not gonna
You
lie.
know all the moves, bro.
No, so I'm just saying like it's natural, it's normal to feel that
Mhm.
way, but
Yeah.
just like taking yourself out of the equation. Just being
Yeah.
like I'm not doing this to look better. I'm doing this because I want to be healthy. I'm doing this because I mean, if you're a mom, a dad, grandma, grandpa, thinking about like doing it for your kids, like you want to be
Mhm.
able to run around, do things with them, but even
Mhm.
as a high school student, you want to be able to enjoy your years and not be in pain. Like for
Mhm.
me, that was
Yeah.
a big thing is coming out of high school, my knees hurt all the time from catching. My shoulder hurt
Mm.
all the time from catching. I'm like, I'm not going to live the rest of my life with
With-
this pain where it's holding me back from playing with my kids. And I know
Yeah.
that's like futuristic thinking,
Well, you have to
But
though.
that's the point.
but at the same time, like, I'm not going to let these things, because I didn't take care of it now, impact my future with my kids
Mhm.
or just anyone, I guess.
Yeah.
So really, I guess just taking yourself out of the equation is the biggest takeaway for me. So starting your workout with a prayer, and then when you have those moments where you're like, "Yep, I can't go any further," and you just want to give up when your workout isn't done, just asking the Lord, "Okay, give me the strength to finish this rep, to finish this set, whatever it is, to just push through to the end of the workout."
Unless you're gonna die.
Yes, but also
Don't
yes,
do
there's
that.
that
Well,
other
yeah. There's a
spectrum
limit. Like,
Yeah.
where like
don't kill yourself. It's not worth it.
if you've been working out for 14 days in a row, like your body also needs rest. Like
Mhm.
again, the Lord calls us to rest. And so you can't just push yourself every single day
Yeah.
to the max. And
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
also asking the Lord like
What's a good
give
rhythm?
me like guidance on how many times I should be working out a week, how hard I should push myself. Give me
Mhm.
people who are going to encourage me, give me people who are going to give me good advice, not just go to the gym and chat with your friend and then okay, take a couple selfies and walk out. Like
Mhm.
that's probably not the best time. Use of
Probably.
your time. Definitely not the best use of your time. Or honoring the Lord with your workout either.
Sure.
So,
Mhm.
So I've been like thinking a lot about this idea that like our body keeps score,
mhm.
Mhm.
and in the same way that our body keeps score of like catching like I was in a car accident, so I actually just started running again because I've been so annoyed. I remember post car accident I did start running like last. I think the last recorded run I have is like June or July, and
Mhm.
then I took a break like from there on out for whatever reason. Um, but I remember like when I was in the middle of like running, I was like doing a 5K a day. It was like
Mhm.
nothing, but like it just felt good to
Mhm.
get out and move, right?
Mhm.
I felt like all of the symptoms and pain was like almost gone just from
Mhm.
like the fact that I was moving my body
Mhm.
regularly
Yeah.
and then like drinking more water because
Oh,
I
for sure.
needed to
Yep.
and like
Mhm.
all that stuff. So that's actually why I restarted because I was
Mhm.
like, my body's keeping score of this accident. I want it to
Mhm.
be done. I'm gonna like start moving again and watch how like already like I'm 2 days in and I already feel like
Mhm.
less stiff.
Yeah.
My thighs hurt really bad right
Yeah.
now, but like less stiff
Yeah.
in the
Mhm.
aspect of my neck and shoulders and all that stuff.
Mhm.
But like that, and I'm gonna take it a little bit deeper here, but like like our body keeps score, I've been thinking about this concept that our flesh keeps score.
Mm.
And so the things that we've struggled with are things that we will be plagued with in the future, because our flesh remembers, our subconscious, our mind, we remember what it was like to like, you know, like say we were like, let's go crazy. Like say we were like partying all the time. Like we remember what Friday night was like.
Yeah.
And so we feel more tempted to go do Friday night like we used to.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or like you fill in the blank with your thing. So for you, it was like comparison in high school and with sports and all that stuff. So what do you say to the kids out there who are like in the thick of that? Like, when I go to the gym, like I have to wear super tight clothes because like that helps the aesthetic of the gym workout. Or like I got to make sure I take that picture so that they know that I was at the gym working out, or like whatever.
Like
you know
the
what
insecurity aspect.
Yeah,
of
like talking to that, like how do you overcome that? Where's the out? Like there's hope for it, obviously, and like I think my thing is like I just like want people to know that like it's not necessarily fulfilling to like for that to be your motivation or your vibe. Like if instead your motivation and vibe is like that, like I want to give my best to the Lord, I want to like give my body to the Lord and be able to like be here for the people I care about in the future, and show up and like we're doing a 3-on-3 basketball tournament, like I want to be able to be 40 and participate, because I like taking care of my body or whatever.
Yeah,
does that make sense? I'm saying too many words.
Yeah, I feel like there is a lot of sorry to
No, you're good.
I feel like there is like a lot of insecurities around working out. Either you start working out because of your like you feel insecure about a part of your body, then like if you do start working out because your body changes, then like you either want to like continue to pursue that change, or you're like, I feel weird with this change. Yeah, so I feel like just like battling those insecurities about it.
I would say the biggest thing for me was like going into the gym, like you said, and wearing the clothes that everyone else is wearing. So whether it's a sports bra and biker shorts or whatever it is for the individual person, but something that you're like, okay, I think this is what I should be wearing, that I think this is what other people want to see me wearing, and changing that and being like, okay, what am I going to be comfortable in, and what is honoring the Lord?
That's
like
good.
if you're going to the gym and you want someone to look at you, probably not going to be honoring to the Lord. So just keeping that in mind. And I'm not saying that you can't wear that and have the right mindset. But for me personally, I couldn't go to the gym and wear that and have the right mindset. And I feel like that is probably the majority of people.
Well, yeah, and I mean like even if your mindset like initially like you put that on, you walk into the gym and like you weren't even thinking about it, but you walked in and you do the workout and you're like, oh wait, like at one point I was uncomfortable. Well, okay, well there you go.
Right.
Maybe that was uncomfortable. So like, maybe you're supposed to do something different. Like act on that inclination versus like getting comfortable with something that you were initially uncomfortable with. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. Like desensitizing yourself. You don't
exactly.
You don't want to get comfortable with something that isn't honoring to the Lord and that was uncomfortable at first place. Yeah, for the wrong reasons.
Yes. Say more.
I just think also when you go to the gym and you're doing it for other people, it also is so unsatisfying because you're not going to hear their opinion of you. You go and they might be looking, they might see you working out, they might see the selfie that you posted, but the likelihood that they actually say something to you and actually like fill that need that you're wanting to be filled, very slim. So there's no fulfillment, there's no purpose in doing that. But if you go in with the intention of, I just want to get a good workout in so I feel good after, so I'm honoring the Lord, and then you come out and you're like, I worked really hard at that. Might not have been as good as the workout last week, but I still put my best foot forward. That's going to be fulfilling. And you know that you did it for the right reasons. You know that you are bettering yourself, not just to make your body look better.
That's good. But, I love that.
Yeah.
And I also don't want to seem like I have it all figured out, because there are days that I'll wear something and I'm like, yep, I really don't like how I look in that. And so
well, yeah,
it's a never-ending battle. And honestly, you just have to call the Lord into it every single day.
Yeah, like
just like
said,
I mean, my heart is on my sleeve. Like I am 5'10", like 190 plus, and like I'll put on a t-shirt sometimes, and just like a large t-shirt, I'll go like, oh, like now I don't want to wear that, or now I'm gonna wear a jacket.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like that is not something you ever get away from. And like, even if like, and this is the thing that's just dangerous, like with, I I think like working out in bodybuilding in general is like if you start to get comfortable with like, oh, like I like the way I look in this, then you start to crave that
Mm,
And
more
like
than like,
people's attention
yeah,
and
you
Yeah.
start
Oh
start
yeah.
to be like,
Yeah.
oh, I
For
need
sure.
to like size down.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna size down because it makes it look tighter, or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
bigger, or like I like
sure.
what they said about my biceps or
For
my
sure.
chest or whatever. And so it's like definitely slippery
Yeah.
in general.
For sure.
And so I think that that's really like what you're trying to hit home. And I just want to encourage like any guys that are listening, because guys typically wear gym shorts and like a t-shirt. I guess you could wear like the cut tanks are like definitely something to consider, like being like a little bit more showy than probably needs to
I
be.
like the compression.
Yeah, or
things.
even like full on compression shirts or whatever. Like
Mhm.
I get like some of it like serves a purpose and a value, but like serve
Mhm.
a purpose and a value with the football team and not at Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
where all
Yeah,
of the
for
girls
sure.
are as well.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
I just think in some aspects, like why are we prioritizing this so much?
Yeah.
And then to get to the place that on my soapbox right now, that it also like is offensive, like some of the things that we're saying. Because like you know that, and sorry for if this is you, but like I know that there are people that will listen to like what you just said about biker shorts and tank tops or whatever, like crop tops, whatever, and are gonna go like, oh, that's offensive. Like why are you judging like what I'm wearing? Like
Yeah.
guys shouldn't look at me like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely, they should not.
No,
Like don't give
they
them an
shouldn't.
opportunity
Yeah.
to
But
either.
it's your heart posture
Like you know what I
too.
mean? Like
Yeah.
it's a
Absolutely.
heart posture from both people.
sure.
It's
Yeah.
not just you.
Yep.
And then I think, but there are guys too that like check out and go like, oh, it's not my problem, so I'm not gonna deal with it.
Yep.
But I actually am realizing, maybe the older that I get, or the more maybe it's something newer. I don't really know, but like tighter clothes for guys is actually like probably a little bit more newer to the workout scene, I would think, because I remember it just used to be like super baggy sweats and like a t-shirt,
Yeah.
a gym shirt or whatever,
Yep.
right? And so like I think that there is that aspect too, where like this is not just like
For sure.
a man woman or like a woman issue anymore.
Yes. Yeah.
This
No,
is
I
also
agree.
like a guy thing. Like
Yep.
we could be really intentional,
Yeah.
and we can really think about why we're posting that progress pic
Yeah.
to
And
my guy friends out there.
Yeah. And
But
I think, like you said, it's your heart posture with everything you do.
oh
Like,
yeah,
it's your
Yeah.
intention going forward when you walk into that gym. Why are you wearing the clothes that you're wearing?
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to. What is the purpose of this? What are you trying to get out of it? And not to call anyone out. Like that's your own conviction.
yeah.
And that's
You
where
work
you
through it
need
in
to
your
have
own
that
time. Like it's all
conversation with
you.
the Lord of what do you feel like is appropriate for me to wear? Like literally
Yeah.
asking him that. I know it sounds weird, but like literally having that open conversation of like, is this gonna also make people stumble? Like you don't want to be making guys think things. And again, it's their thoughts too,
Both
Yeah.
sides.
but also you can't
But we were designed to live in community.
exactly.
So like
You can't
let's
just like
all contribute
blame
well.
them. You can't blame them for looking at you a certain way.
Yeah.
And so it just goes both ways. Goes back to your heart posture, your intention with everything you do.
Yeah. We could rant on it for too long,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
And there's not a right answer, like either.
No,
like at
not
the
at
end of the
all.
day, there's not a right answer. It is your own personal conviction. Like
Yep.
God's got to work on it with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I just want to encourage guys and girls, like let's think about it
Yep.
and not just let it be like defined by culture.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, if we're letting just all of this stuff get defined by culture, dude, we're just gonna run into the swampy pit of despair, the smog of despair for my Pilgrim's Progress friends. I don't know why I thought it. Pilgrim's Progress. Have you ever read it? It used to be required reading.
No.
And then it got taken out.
I thought you were talking about that's the swamp from The Princess Bride.
No.
What is that?
Pilgrim's Progress is like a book about a guy's salvation journey, and like one of the first things that he goes through in his salvation journey is the smog of despair, where like and then there's like other places that he like goes that like represents circumstances that we have in life.
Interesting.
He's making his way to the celestial city,
Interesting.
aka heaven. I don't know. It was a good read when I was a little kid.
Anyway.
Anyways, okay, so I just had this thought as we were talking about all this like stuff, like body image and like what we wear, all this stuff. So what happens when you go to YWAM and you have all these classes you got to take, worship and stuff? You're probably going to get to work out very much. Like, does that become like challenging then, like to lose progress? Because right now you have a workout schedule.
That is a good question.
You have a routine,
Yeah.
and then you're going to break your routine because you're going to be in a new place, new people, new food, like new vibes. And I mean, yeah, you could probably work out, but like not the way you are.
Yeah.
I would assume, right?
Yeah.
So does that become difficult? Like, how does that work with your brain?
Yeah.
Being like that, you're so into fitness.
Yeah.
And like, how does that work in the aspect of like, because I feel like similar to like even like reading our Bible every day or something. If
Mhm.
we're super into working out and we've created a routine about it,
Mhm.
we start to feel shame when we stop working
Yeah,
out,
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, for
right?
sure. I feel like that definitely used to be more my mentality. Like if I missed a workout, like very shameful
Mm-hmm.
about it. But I feel like in this season that I'm very busy, it's definitely become one of those things where like if I'm prioritizing it over spending time with the Lord or
Yeah.
spending time with my family or actually getting my schoolwork done when I need to get it done or just different things that should be above working out.
Like
Um
idolizing it.
yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Making it an idol. I think that's when I was like, okay, I need to take a step back and just get it in when I can.
Yeah.
And like
Mhm.
scheduling my time so that I do have time for it is super important for me.
Yeah.
Um
That's cool.
but yeah,
Mhm.
definitely going into YWAM. Thankfully, Kona does have a really cool program called Respect the Corners, and they do CrossFit based workouts with all of their groups that are there.
Oh, cool.
So I
That's
will
cool.
have the opportunity to work out a lot there, which I'm super excited about.
Yeah.
Do you do
Um,
CrossFit?
I never have, but I'm really excited to get into it.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to.
Isn't that like the one that everyone makes fun of?
Yeah,
Yeah.
CrossFit gets
Yeah,
a bad
like
rap.
That's what I
the
thought.
Yeah,
really like
Like the
gym
they're
weird
rat
huge.
CrossFit
pull-ups.
Yeah.
guys,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah, for sure.
Uh-huh.
because the workouts are like American Ninja Warrior
They're
Yeah.
on
insane.
steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would say the YWAM version of it is definitely a lot
Oh, you'll be
less.
laid
It's
back
like
for
dialed
sure.
down.
Because like,
Yeah,
some people will be doing it for the first time or like
exactly.
don't ever work out. Or,
Exactly. So, I'm excited for that. But obviously it will definitely be a different routine. I'm
Mhm.
probably not working out as much as I can, eating different foods that probably wouldn't eat here, like that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Sure.
So the whole losing progress thing, um, I think the biggest thing for me in just different seasons that this has happened, just remembering like you're not gonna lose all the progress you have in a week.
Mhm.
Like
Sure.
it's not just gonna go away. Like your first workout back might suck and it might feel like, holy crap, I have lost everything.
Yeah.
But your recovery time, your ability to not be a sore after a workout definitely is not as bad as when you actually first started working out.
Yeah.
So just remembering that, kind of taking a step back and being like, okay, it's not as bad as it seems. And also just not being wrapped up in, yeah, I might not have as much muscle as I used to have or
hmm
be in as great of shape as I used to be in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I just think moving into different seasons of my life, having a baby, just different things like that. Like
Oh yeah.
my body isn't always going to be the same, even just aging. Like
Oh yeah.
your body
Mhm.
changes so much as you get
Mhm.
older. Like I've already seen it just from like when I was 16 to now. I'm like,
hmm
what the heck? It's so different.
Yeah.
And like I might be working out the exact same, eating the exact same thing,
But your
but
body
it doesn't
changes.
matter because
Even the
you
way
have
you
hormones
process
just like,
foods and
yeah,
stuff, yeah,
like
your body
literally
just
everything. So
Yeah.
you can't
have a
like,
kid. It's crazy.
yeah, you can't expect to like your body to stay the exact same,
Mhm.
even
Yeah.
if you are putting in the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah.
So I think just like thinking of the bigger picture
Oh
rather than
yeah.
just like right now.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, like it, what we just keep basically saying, but not really saying, is like your body image doesn't matter
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
like
absolutely.
at all. Like it
Yeah.
matters in the sense that like it's important that you're confident in who God created you to be,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
but like uh it pales in comparison to the purpose He has for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you are living for your image and not
Mhm.
for the purpose He has for you, then
Yeah.
you're doing it wrong.
It's
Mhm.
like all about bringing God back into your priorities and like
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's so good.
prioritizing
Yeah.
him over
Absolutely.
that.
Like I never want working out to be a bigger priority than my purpose.
Yeah.
Like it's just
Mhm.
never,
No, that's really
and
good.
it has been. Like I can honestly say that like it has been over what the Lord is calling me to do in
Yeah.
the past.
Yeah.
And it's just taking some humility and like getting your heart back in the right place and
Mhm.
getting intentional with the Lord again, where
hmm
then you realize, okay, I gotta figure this out and get my priorities in the right place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's not talk about fitness anymore for this
Okay.
because you hate it. Unless you had a fitness question.
No.
Okay, I just want to.
I have so many, but
We have a
now.
few more questions, and then we got to like work towards wrap up. It's already
That's right.
3:20. So, what are you most excited for with YWAM?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, what's your like? Yes.
I think just going from a season of, well, actually, my entire life has been busy. Like, I literally feel like just like playing sports in high school, I was always working, and then since
Always
graduating,
busy.
yeah,
Mhm.
since graduating high school, I've just been busy. That's just how I am. That's kind of how I'm wired. That's how my family is.
Mhm.
And so I think going into YWAM, it's definitely more about just being
Mm-hmm.
and really experiencing the presence of God and
Mhm.
just I mean, you don't have a job. You literally are just encountering the Holy Spirit
And like
and
having
like
fun too
yeah,
down
like
there.
getting to worship him in a whole new way, being surrounded by people who that's their whole purpose and mission is being there worshiping the Lord for 6 months. Like that's what I'm most excited about, just
Yeah.
like being
Yeah.
in that
Almost like
environment.
putting your life on pause.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
yeah.
Except
And
for being a newlywed.
Yeah. There's that
yeah.
too.
Yeah. There I'm definitely like that'll be interesting, but it'll be fun. I'm also really excited to start our marriage
Yeah.
that way.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it'll be
That'd be
so cool to just
amazing.
like pour into each other so much
Yeah.
in the first 6 months of our marriage and going from long distance for the last 3 years
Mm-hmm.
to
Mhm.
being literally just us, no jobs, no like
It's probably a
literally
really
anything.
healthy way
Like
to
it's
do
going to
it. Yeah.
be I'm
Yeah.
super super excited for just that time
Yeah.
to pour into each
It'd
other.
be so cool to find, totally not for the podcast, but so cool to find like someone who has done it like you
Mhm.
and like hear like their experience
Yeah.
and like
Be
what
really
worked,
cool.
what didn't work,
Yeah.
what was hard. Um, save that one for later.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you have a thought?
I was just gonna
You're
say
about to say
like,
something.
so like that's what you're excited for. What's something that you're not excited for? Like
Oh yeah,
Mm.
or dreading.
what's one of your fears or like
Dreading. Mine would just be going to Hawaii because it's
you're dreading one?
full of no, but like it's hot down there. There's animals.
It's Kona, Hawaii. It's freaking gorgeous. It's 80
Yeah,
degrees and
Scary
I'm
sunny every
animals.
definitely
day.
not afraid about going to
They
Hawaii.
have no poisonous animals and
Yeah.
no mosquitoes. There's
Oh, they
nothing
don't
scary
have
about it.
poisonous animals.
Not in the Hawaiian Islands, no. I mean,
No.
like there's, yeah,
There's
but
hogs.
not really.
There's hogs.
Yeah, it's
There ain't much, bro.
scary.
Just chickens.
Yeah, that's great. That's so true.
I would say I'm definitely like not worried about anything during our 3 months in Hawaii. I would say
Mm.
after wherever we get like sent for
Yeah.
outreach, that
Mhm.
part is a little nerve-wracking for me. Just not knowing what you're gonna encounter, literally not knowing anything about the experience that
Yeah,
you're
you
gonna
don't even
have.
really know where
Trusting
until
God
you
in
get
No,
that.
there.
no, you literally just here you go, God, and just go with it and
Yeah,
know that you're gonna encounter him in amazing ways, but
so
you have
cool.
no idea what that's gonna look
Mhm.
like. So, and that's
Yeah.
hard for me because I'm such like a type A planner. Like I want to know what's gonna happen. I want to know all the things. So
Yeah, what a stretch.
that definitely, yes,
You are
huge stretch.
becoming Play-Doh in
Yeah.
God's hands.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
Is
definitely.
is there any like specific mission field like going to like
Even like a people group or
Mhm.
yeah
something.
like poor countries or
Demographic.
like yeah like just bringing like just being an evangelist or like
Yeah.
saving people from trafficking?
Yeah.
Like is there specific areas that like you feel like you'd want to go in or are passionate about?
Yeah. So when we started praying into like what organization we wanted to go through, all that kind of stuff, YWAM was totally put on our hearts, and then sex trafficking victims
Mm-hmm.
and orphans were also put on both
Mhm.
of our hearts. And I have always just felt called to sex trafficking victims,
Yeah.
but always felt very insignificant. Like, how do I even start?
It's a
Like,
big thing.
how in the
Yeah.
world do I even help? But we actually got to listen to Christine Kane speak at Passion,
Mhm.
and she has an organization called A21
Yeah.
that rescues victims.
Mm-hmm.
And so just that the fact that we got to hear her speak on that,
Yeah.
and it really just like awoke something in me, like, okay,
Yeah, I
like
love
this
that.
is like I feel like this is what we're supposed to do. And so I'm really excited for YWAM to just feel empowered to be able to like step out and know how to preach the gospel,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and know how to evangelize, because I don't feel like I really know how to do that well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So just to have the resources and then to come back and be like, okay, now that we feel equipped, now that we feel ready, what do you want us to do? Because I feel like
Yeah.
from there on, like it's
Mhm.
just wide open
That's
for
really
us to
cool.
do. But yeah, I would say sex trafficking is
So
definitely
Yeah,
a number
that's
one
really
for us.
cool. I love that.
I love that, but like you're saying, so right after YWAM, like you will start your business and live in Elk River again.
No.
Okay.
We have no intention of um like really settling down right
Like
away, like
planning?
out of
Mhm.
YWAM. Like
Okay.
we are really open to like whatever the Lord calls
So
us
like
to,
maybe
we
even
want to go
going
into.
for like a longer DTS with
Yeah.
Yeah.
YWAM again,
Yeah.
or
Like just
We're really
hitting
open
the ground running.
to whatever. Yeah,
Mhm.
whether it's YWAM, whether it's a completely different organization that has long-term missions. We've looked into a couple of other places, but we're really just taking it like one chunk at a time and just really pressing into what the Lord wants us to do and
Yeah.
where He wants us to go.
And like keeping
I
him at
would
the center of
love
that. That's super cool.
Yeah.
I would love it if some of our listeners could like. Obviously, we're gonna pray for you guys like when you do your thing, and we'll
Mhm.
probably have you and Tyler on the pod before you go. But
Yeah.
and then when you
Mhm.
get back too, it would be so cool.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, I
Part
guess you're
2 and
never
part
coming
3.
back, but maybe for
We'll
a
be
week
back.
or two.
Never
We'll be back.
coming
My
back.
family's here, so
Yeah.
hopefully we'll be back.
Hopefully. What would you do? You guys like need to raise support at all?
We will. Yeah.
So you have a way that we can.
Yeah, we will eventually.
You don't have it yet.
No, not yet.
Okay, so when you're back on the pod, we'll have a
Yep.
way so that we could financially support you guys too.
Yep.
And
That'd be really
then
cool.
prayerfully support you, and yes, all the things.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Anyone else who's going to YWAM too
Mm-hmm.
that's listening to the pod, we'll pray for you. We'll donate.
We always pray for our friends.
Well, we always pray for our friends, but like specifically for
Mhm.
that, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, it's been
Mhm.
really cool. I think that like probably the coolest thing, and I love that I have absolutely nothing to do with it because I've never done YWAM or like long-term missions, but I love that so many people from our church right now are just like
Mhm.
jumping into this.
Me too.
Mhm.
Like,
I want to interview Elliot when she
let's go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here's some Elliot
that'd
stories.
be
Yeah.
amazing. She's in YWAM right now. Or not right now. She's in Kenya.
Well,
Yep.
she's with YWAM in
Well,
Kenya.
yeah, right.
Yep.
She was
Mhm.
at Kona, went to Kenya,
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's
experienced some wild things. I bet.
Yeah.
I like growing up in this church and going to youth group. Like I
Yeah.
never saw anyone go down a different route of like
Something besides
you graduate,
like,
you go to
yeah,
college, you
Yeah.
graduate from college, you get a job. Okay,
yeah.
like just the typical American dream of doing it, going to college. I don't know. That's just what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah,
Like
No,
Gen Z
that's
hates
totally.
it.
that's the
Gen Z
path.
hates it.
Like
That's
and
so
that
true.
you're right. Like that is not our generation. Like
No.
we're definitely branching out, entrepreneurship and all
Yeah.
the things.
Yes,
And
I will
so
not work for 3M.
so I think it's like really cool to see now this generation like just stepping out in faith and just
Yeah.
like trusting that the Lord's going to provide in whatever way you go about
Yeah,
your years after high school.
that's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Want to do a fun segment before you have to go?
Okay.
We call this segment a bone to pick, and since you've never listened to the podcast, you wouldn't know. But if you're
Really
ever
called
invited on a
out.
podcast
It's
again,
okay.
or anyone who gets to be on the podcast, I just encourage you to listen to some episodes so you know the
And
flow.
come with a bone to pick.
Come with a bone to pick. So bone to pick is just something like I've done the Starbucks drive-through in
Uh-huh.
Elk River specifically as
Okay.
a bone to pick. I have a bone to pick with the idiots who designed that thing.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. It's
why
bad.
the heck would
Yep.
you do that?
Yep.
Yeah, you work there, so you know.
Yeah.
Yes, you know for real.
Uh-huh.
Stella did
I-
trucks one time.
Yeah, I
She
just
just don't
have an
like the big
issue.
trucks.
I have an issue with
That's
them.
interesting.
I will say I did drive my dad's truck in the Starbucks drive-through, and I didn't hit anything.
Wow.
So
Kinda
I am.
impressive.
I'm.
I rode in your dad's truck the other day. That's not weird. He like took me and my wife out to dinner
Yeah.
with his wife.
Yeah.
So it was a double date, and he picked us up. And it's spacious. That is a large truck. Very nice.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, I didn't.
Oh,
We were getting
gosh.
our ears pierced. Me and some of our friends, we spontaneously got our ears pierced. I didn't want to call them to ask because I knew that they were with you, and I was like, I feel weird doing that. Calling, I don't know. I feel weird. Be like, hey, can I get my ears pierced? Spontaneously have my friends pierce my ears when they're with my youth pastors. I feel like that's...
Why is that
She
weird?
thought you were
don't
gonna
know.
judge her or something.
Yeah, I was like,
So I'll just
That's
see it
so
on
odd.
Sunday and then
Yep.
judge her. What
Yeah,
difference does it-
exactly.
what
But-
difference does it
But
make?
did you notice?
I
No.
noticed them showing people. So yes.
Oh,
showing people.
But she like literally is wearing her hair over it right now, so you can't even tell.
I know. That's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. Like you wouldn't have known if you didn't see her
Yeah.
showing people.
Rob's not. Nope.
Mhm.
Anyways, do you have a
So-
bone to pick? Anybody? We gotta go.
I did think about this. Mine is the Dunkin's reward star system. It's stupid.
I have no idea how it works.
Never
You,
used
like,
it.
Lose your points if you don't like.
Starbucks is
Oh,
the same
McDonald's
way.
does that too.
No,
Everyone does
it's-
it.
No, it's like a weird system, and it doesn't make any sense. And I don't like it.
I have
It's
a bone
really
to pick
stupid.
with reward systems that when there's a reward and you have to actually press redeem, and so when you order it doesn't actually get applied
that's what
unless
Dunkin'
you
does.
redeem it. So I got Chipotle and it's like 500 stars for doing a mobile order, and
Yeah.
I didn't see it till after I ordered, so I
Oh.
didn't get the
Yeah,
points.
Dunkin's
Like,
reward
that's
system
stupid.
is stupid. And I think
Yeah.
you get
Yeah.
less.
They didn't have to give you the points, so good for them.
But they should,
No,
because
yeah,
I
no.
still did
It's
it.
definitely like kind of fake. And I
Yeah.
guess
Yeah, I hate
yeah.
the Dunkin' reward system. It's
I do
stupid.
have 950 stars at Starbucks.
Good lord.
that's insane.
That's so bad.
That's
lost,
really bad.
I don't
I
think
owe
you
you
can.
for a
Can you
drink.
lose your gold status? Because I went gold at one point and then I stopped.
Did you like delete it or something?
I don't know.
No, I think I still have the account, so maybe I still have gold status.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. They kind of like they liked the idea of gold status, and then they
I don't even
don't
know
really
what
even
that
talk
is.
about it anymore.
I don't
So
either.
back in 2016, they did gold status,
Oh.
and that meant
Oh.
that
That's why.
it was a bit ago.
Yeah.
When you were a small child.
Yeah.
I'm not
And
that
when
much older.
7 years
2016 was
ago?
all Frappuccinos.
Yeah, I was
and-
13.
7 to
I
10
didn't
years
go to
ago.
Starbucks
Yeah,
when
so
I was 13.
They did this gold status, and basically, if you got 1,000 stars in a year or something, you got
Oh,
gold,
easy.
Good.
and then you had to get 1,000 every year
It's easy.
in order to
Oh.
maintain it, or something like that. But it
That's
meant
so
that you got
much
free refills on their black coffee
Oh.
in house if you stayed, and then all of their like teas and
So any members
like,
can
the
get that now.
refreshers too.
Any member can get that now.
Oh,
You don't have to be
so
gold
there's no
status. They
gold
just
status.
took away the gold status.
Okay.
Oh.
Anyways, I just want to do a quick shout out to our sponsor, Panera Bread Sip Club, because it's better than all of the other reward systems.
Not if it kills you.
It doesn't kill me. I don't drink those. I don't drink
I
those.
had one of those the other day, actually.
They're
after I
actually
got
not bad for
Chipotle.
you. You just like don't get a large,
Yeah,
and you
just
don't drink
don't-
more than one.
And the first,
Yeah, I
the
did
first
get a
girl
large,
had
but
a
I
heart
only drank one.
condition, and the second
was
person
a second
drank
one?
them three in a row. So
They-
the first person had a heart condition.
never
The second
mind.
one
Yeah,
drank
well,
three in a
you
row.
can't actually get them now without going to the counter because they're like
No.
gatekeeping them. So
yeah, which is
I'm sure
smart.
that you don't get refills. Anyways,
I think they lowered the caffeine levels. They are good.
I
so
don't.
good.
I just really like that. I've saved $400 already, and I've had it for 4 months.
$400.
That's what it says. It gives you an email, like it updates you when you hit another $100 mark. So
Wow.
I got it on a promo, so it was only $100 for the year.
Mhm.
Started in October, and by February, I've already saved 400.
Wow.
Because every drink is like $3.50,
Yeah, it's
$3.60.
expensive.
And so I just go and get a
That's
large coffee, and then like
Yeah.
that,
So
then I don't have to make it at home.
Yeah.
Because if I'm gonna make coffee at home, I make espresso.
I just really don't like their coffee.
I've never had their coffee.
Their light roast is decent. It's like not
don't-
flavored and pretty chill.
I don't trust
I
it.
don't
Their
like coffee.
hazelnut roast literally
Ooh.
smells like it
It's
it
so
tastes
bad.
like it's like Panera smells when you walk in.
It's so bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so bad.
it's not
I
that
can't
bad.
do it.
I don't
Sorry.
trust other coffee places other than Starbucks.
I
in my
feel like
house.
I'm a Starbucks snob now.
Oh yeah, but you
Like-
should dig into the dark parts of Starbucks, and you won't want to drink it anymore.
No. Trust me, I'm aware of the dark parts.
Oh, you don't
and
care?
No, I do. That's why
The
I want to be
that
done.
new hey, whatever that new cold foam that they have, the golden
Oh
one.
yeah.
Golden foam oleato.
What
Okay,
does that even mean?
I
But
forgot-
it's
It means-
$7.50. So let's talk
I
about
know.
the
It's
prices.
Yeah,
This is my bone
yeah,
to pick.
It's
yeah.
infused with olive oil,
Yep.
right?
My bone to
Oleato
pick
means
with.
infused with olive oil.
Oh, that's weird.
So the golden foam is literally our vanilla sweet cream cold foam with 1 pump of olive oil.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
That sounds really good.
But it's $2 to put on a drink.
Good lord.
Yeah, no. So it's
heard it's called
$8 for a
matcha.
grande
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
And so let's just talk about the fact that McDonald's doesn't even do dollar sodas anymore.
No, they
And
don't.
Starbucks drinks are now as much as my Chipotle was when I was in high school.
hmm
And Chipotle actually hasn't gotten that much more
No, it
expensive.
actually. I went and got it the other
No,
day.
it's been the
$9
same for
bucks.
Yeah, that's
I was
pretty
like,
good.
how is this possible?
So
That this can
Starbucks
be the
is
same
still
price as
a
Starbucks.
really trashy organization for stealing so much money from the
There's
American
a
public.
lot of other reasons that they are trashy other than their prices. But
Yeah.
yes, we don't need to.
But
get
we
into
work for
that.
them for their free education.
Yes, we do.
For free
Yes, we do.
education.
All right. Well, anything else you guys want to say to wrap it up?
Is the matcha with Aliano cold foam good on it?
It's amazing.
Okay.
Add some brown sugar, some pistachio, little brown sugar flakes on there. It's amazing.
Okay, I'm coming you when you're working.
Hit me
so I'm
up.
gonna
I'll
order
be
that
here
drink.
Wednesday.
All right.
All right.
I'll be here tomorrow too.
And I won't be here Sunday. Text me on a Sunday morning and I'll bring you something.
That's not helpful. You're not going to be here.
Well, not this Sunday, but the next Sunday.
Anything else
I'll
we
be
want to
here.
say on the pod before we dip out for our listeners and
No,
plan our
but I'm really
personal
excited
lives?
that you're on because that was really good, and I felt
Thank
we
you.
were very unprepared, and I feel like it.
Don't
went
say
really
that to the
well.
listeners. We were so prepared.
They
We
and
were
we
probably
were
supposed
ready.
to be
They know you too.
transparent.
It's fine.
Well, I thought you said we were supposed to be
Oh.
transparent with our
Yeah.
listeners.
You know what? I want to let you know that transparency is the currency for Gen Z.
Yeah.
It is the
Quote
relational
book.
currency.
Hmm.
I think that if you're transparent with someone, you build ethos points so fast that you like.
Ethos. Wow, he's really throwing
It's
out these words.
crazy.
Yeah,
I
did you
love
just read a book?
transparency.
Nothing.
I'm working on my book.
You're writing a book?
I'm conceptualizing ideas for a book.
That's real far from writing a book,
No,
but I like it.
I am actually like
Uh-huh.
I have a dream.
I
to-
have
to
a
be
So did
honest.
Martin
dream.
Luther King Jr.
I have a dream. Name
I-
that movie.
Tangled.
Yeah.
I have a tree. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, no,
Anyway.
would love to write a book someday, but this is not my podcast.
I would hate
it's
to
their
write a book.
podcast, and
Sounds
we're hosting
terrible.
it to have you on. So, anything else you want to say before we dip out? Because this has become the most Minnesota goodbye ever.
Yeah, actually.
Thanks for having me on, guys. It's been fun.
I'm glad you're here. Can't wait to have you back with Tyler. Make sure you comment.
Yep.
I watched this, and we will totally catch you on the other side. Bye.
See ya.
Wow. That was long.